How's it going, YouTube? It's your boy Noah back again with another NFL video. And today we're doing the NFL Week 5 preview. And yes, I'm really sorry I didn't upload a Week 4 review. I've just been so busy this week. I'm not sure. I still might do it. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow if I have time, but no promises. But we're definitely going to be doing this Week 5 preview, and you have to excuse me because there's some morons yelling outside my dorm right now, so that's very annoying. But anyway, let's move right past that and get right into the Week 5 games. First game, Thursday Night Football. New England Patriots at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is going to be a fantastic game. I mean, Buccaneers have kind of looked iffy so far. I mean, they destroyed the Bears and beat the Giants last week, but I think the Giants are better than what their record says. On the other side of the ball, the Patriots are actually only 2-2 after a heartbreaking loss last week to the Carolina Panthers, who got a very hard-earned 33-30 win. So this and it's in Tampa Bay. That's going to be very interesting to see. However, I just don't see the Patriots falling below 500 here. I mean, I really like the Buccaneers. I have them picked to make the wild card spot. But against Tom Brady, I mean, Tom Brady is I'd say the runaway MVP frontrunner so far. 1,300 yards in 4 games. That's absolutely insane. He's on that pace. He's going to probably break the NFL record. But I just don't see the Patriots losing 2 straight games. I mean, that doesn't happen very often under Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. But I do think this will be a great game, but I'm going to go final score, New England 31, Tampa Bay 27. Next game, Arizona Cardinals visiting the Philadelphia Eagles. Another good matchup. Philadelphia's looked amazing so far this year. Carson Wentz has just been an absolute beast so far. LeGarrette Blount had a fantastic game last week against the Chargers. Now, on the other side of the ball, the Cardinals squeaked out a win against the 49ers last week, but they've been looking pretty decent. I mean, they lost the game to a tough Dallas team, and I forgot they also lost the Lions, who are also a good team. So both their losses have come against very respectable opponents, and Carson Palmer is second in the NFL in passing yards right now, so he's doing really well. However, I just really like what I've seen from Carson Wentz so far this year. They got a nice running game, LeGarrette Blount, and they got some nice options in the passing game. Guys like Zach Ertz and Nelson Aguilar and Alshon Jeffrey. Although I can't remember, Jeffrey might actually be injured, but I mean, point is they got plenty of weapons on offense and a freaking fantastic front four. So I think in Philadelphia, they're going to be able to squeak out a win against the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to go final score, Philadelphia 28, Arizona 24. Next game, Jacksonville Jaguars at the Pittsburgh Steelers. This should be an interesting game. Jacksonville's actually been pretty good so far. I mean, they did lose to the Jets last week, but other than that, they've been pretty good so far. Blake Bortles has shown some decent signs of improvement. And on the other side of the ball, Steelers have been kind of, I mean, they destroyed the Ravens last week. I mean, actually, the one time I picked the Ravens to beat the Steelers win. I mean, go figure. I picked the Steelers 8 straight times, they always lose. But anyway, besides that, the Steelers looked really good against the Ravens last week. I mean, even with Antonio Brown not having a big day, still managed to score 26 points. Le'Veon Bell got it going. So I think Jacksonville has shown some nice improvement. Their defense is pretty solid, but I think in Pittsburgh will be able to get their offense going and get a nice win. Gonna go final score, Steelers 28, Jaguars 21. Next game, Tennessee Titans at the Miami Dolphins. Miami just has no offense. I mean, they got shut out last week in London by the Saints, and the Saints do not have the best defense. I mean, I'll give them credit. They've been playing well recently, but if you get shut out by the Saints defense, something is wrong with you. And I mean, they only scored 6 points the week before against the Jets, so their offense is doing absolutely nothing right now. Jay Cutler is really struggling so far. Their offense, they have no running game. J.J. got absolutely shut down against New Orleans. On the other side of the ball, Tennessee coming off a humiliating loss to Houston Texans. Deshaun Watson absolutely dominating, but I think that was a bit of a fluke game. Not so much because the Texans are bad, but I mean, I just think the Titans are way too good for that to happen again. So I think they'll be able to rebound against a very bad, struggling Dolphins team. I'm going to go final score, Tennessee 28, Miami 14. Excuse me. Next game, the battle for the number 1 overall draft pick, Los Angeles Chargers at the New York Giants. Both teams are 0-4 as Cam Newton just stole that man's ankles. Oh my gosh. But anyway, this game is in New York, and it's weird because Los Angeles and New York are both 0-4, but they've shown signs of not being 0-4. I mean, 2 of Los Angeles games were because their kicker missed field goals. I mean, one of them was against the Chiefs, and last week they played the Eagles right down the wire, so they've had a bit of a rough go of it so far. And on the other side, Giants played decent against the Buccaneers last week, lost on the last-second field goal. They lost on the last-second field goal to Philadelphia. So, this is going to be an interesting matchup. However, one thing I do like about the Giants that we haven't seen much so far is that they actually got the running game going last week. They put in the rookie from Clemson, Wayne Gallman, and he started getting it going. And, you know, if the Giants can get their running game going again, I mean, who knows? They can maybe get a little streak going. So, I'm going to pick the New York Giants to win this game at home. Final score, New York 27, San Diego 24. Next game, another snooze fest game, San Francisco 49ers at the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, I think the Colts still have Jacoby Brissett. Although I think I did see that Andrew Luck might practice this week. I could be wrong, but I think Jacoby Brissett is still starting. On the other side, 49ers, man, I'm sorry. You guys are done. You just have no offense. I mean, they only scored 15 last week after that great game they had against the Rams. Now they're back to mediocrity again. Brian Hoyer back to mediocrity. So, I mean, this game is in Indianapolis, and Indianapolis, I know you're not that good a team. You got shellacked by the Seahawks, but at home against the 49ers and Brian Hoyer, you should win this game. I'm going to go final score, Indianapolis 24, San Francisco 14. Next game, Buffalo Bills at the Cincinnati Bengals. Both teams coming off wins. Bengals destroying the Browns, and the Bills beating the Falcons in a tightly contested game. Buffalo's looked really good so far. Their defense is fantastic. I mean, the Falcons were the first team to score a touchdown on them, I believe, last week. I mean, the Falcons basically set every record against the Bills in that game, and they only scored 17 points anyway, so that tells you how dominant Buffalo's defense is. And on the other side, Cincinnati, Andy Dalton looked great last week, throwing 4 touchdowns against the Browns. Now, that might not be saying something, because, you know, it is the Browns. But, I mean, he did look really good last week, and their defense is no joke. However, I really liked what I saw from Tyrod Taylor last week. I know Jordan Matthews freaking broke something, so he's going to be out for a few weeks or a month. I don't remember how long. Tyrod Taylor, however, looked really good last week. They got Sean McCoy, I mean, I expect no problems at all for the Buffalo Bills in this game, even in Cincinnati. Going to go final score, Buffalo 28, Cincinnati 20. Next game, New York Jets at the Cleveland Browns. The Jets are a surprising 2-2. I mean, that's a very quiet 2-2 record. And the Browns, I mean, what are you gonna say about them? I mean, they're just really struggling. Their defense, which was actually a strength for them in the first 2 games, is just completely gone now. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm still tired, but and Deshaun Kaiser has just really been struggling recently. He's got no one to throw to. I mean, they don't have much for a running game. They're just kind of bad overall. On the other side of the ball, Bilal Powell for the Jets has been absolutely amazing so far. I think he had over 160 yards last week. I mean, the Jets' running game is no joke, and they absolutely destroyed the Jaguars last week. I mean, there's a reason the freaking Jaguars are 32nd in run defense. Partly because the Jets absolutely destroyed them. And Josh McCown has been very serviceable. I'll give credit where it's due. You know, I'm not really a big fan of Josh McCown, as that guy fumbles the ball and Mike Adams is gone. But, you know, he's been doing pretty good so far, and they got a dominant running game and a very solid defense. So, I'm going to look for those poor Cleveland Browns to go to 0-5 in this game. New York Jets will get above 500, and they will win this game by a final score of New York 28, Cleveland 17. Next game, the game of the week, Carolina Panthers at the Detroit Lions, although it doesn't really look like it as the Lions are getting destroyed in this simulation. But this is going to be a fantastic game. I mean, Devin Funchess has been doing real well, running great routes for Cam Newton. Cam Newton had a great game against the New England Patriots last week. But, I mean, Matthew Stafford, what can you say about this guy? He's just been so freaking good, showing why he's the top-paid quarterback in the NFL. He's been absolutely dominant so far. They got a close win against the Minnesota Vikings last week in that solid Vikings defense. And the Panthers, they did really well against the Patriots. Patriots have had a terrible defense so far, and I don't know if the Panthers defense is going to be able to contain the Lions. And Lions, I think, have a very underrated defense, and this game is at home. So I'm going to go Detroit to win a shootout game here. I'm going to go final score, Detroit 31, Carolina 28. Next game, another decent game, Baltimore Ravens at the Oakland Raiders. Oakland getting a tough loss to the Broncos last week in Denver. I mean, not much to be ashamed of there. I mean, Denver has a freaking amazing freaking defense and a nice home field advantage. The other side of the ball, the Ravens have been kind of They started out 2-0. I really liked what they were doing. And in the past 2 weeks, they've been destroyed by the Jaguars and Steelers. Not looking good at all. Joe Flacco is starting to look like Joe Flacco again after he had a solid start to the year. So, in the black hole, and the Ravens are struggling, I think the Raiders will bounce back in this game to beat Baltimore. Final score, Oakland 28, Baltimore 24. Next game, another nice game, Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. LA has been the surprise of the NFL so far. Starting out with a nice 3-1 record. Jared Goff has been absolutely amazing. Todd Gurley looking like his rookie self again. And I mean, their offense is scoring about 35 points a game or something like it. So they're doing great. And their defense is no joke either. On the other side of the ball, Seattle has probably been one of the biggest disappointments, because their offensive line is absolutely terrible. They can't help out Russell Wilson. The running game has been hit or miss so far. And while the defense is very good, this game is in LA. And even when the Rams were losing, they've always had success against the Seahawks. It seems like they're able to split every single year, even when the Seahawks are struggling, as, man, the Panthers are just dominating here. But anyway, I think the Rams will win this game. They've had some nice success against the Seahawks the past few years, and that was when they were mediocre. Now the Rams are actually a good team, and this game is at home, and Seattle's offensive line is absolutely struggling. I know they destroyed Indianapolis last week, but let's be honest, that's what they were supposed to do. Indianapolis is not a good team. Los Angeles is a really good team so far, so I'm going to go Los Angeles to get off to a nice 4-1 start. Final score, Los Angeles 31, Seattle 24. Next game, another very good game, rematch from the divisional playoffs last year. Green Bay Packers in Dallas to face the Cowboys. It's going to be a good game. Dallas did good last week against the Rams. Their offense scored 30 points, but still took that big fat L because they got no defense. And if the Cowboys got no defense, I don't care what their offense is doing. Aaron Rodgers is going to have a field day in this game. And maybe the Green Bay defense will do decent. I mean, they destroyed the Bears last week with Michael Glennon, the worst quarterback in the NFL. Serves him right, he got benched. But anyway, Green Bay is... man, this is going to be a tough game to choose, because I know Green Bay has had Dallas's number the past few years. What with the Dez dropped a game in the game last year to Jared Cook, that great throw and catch for the last second field goal. But, you know what's funny? I've been yawning so much this video, I swear I did not yawn at all before I started recording. It's just a sign that nothing's going my way. But anyway, Green Bay will win this game. It'll be a close game, but I'm going to go final score, Green Bay 35, Dallas 31. Next game, Kansas City Chiefs at the Houston Texans. I mean, Deshaun Watson, freaking tank. 5 touchdowns last week against the Titans. Scored 7 points. I was not expecting that at all. Deshaun Watson looking great so far. He's kind of put himself in Rookie of the Year talks. I know Kareem Hunt on the other side of the ball is probably the leader for that, and deservedly so. But after that game, Deshaun Watson's put himself back in the talks. And Lamar Miller is a very good running back, and the Texans have a solid defense. But, I mean, the freaking Chiefs are just best team in the NFL right now. 4-0. Offense is great. Alex Smith is probably an MVP candidate. Kareem Hunt, dare I say that Kareem Hunt is also an MVP candidate with how he's played so far. I mean, he's runaway Rookie of the Year, but I'd say he's definitely put himself in some Offensive Player of the Year categories right here with how he's played so far. I mean, he's on pace for over 2,000 yards so far, so he's doing great. Their defense is just absolutely amazing. Justin Houston, great linebacker. Marcus Peters, elite cornerback. So I think they'll be able to... They're not going to get blown out like the Texans did to the Titans last week. I think they will win this game. But I think it'll be a very close game. I'm going to go... I mean, it is Sunday Night Football, so it should be a good game. I'm going to go final score, Kansas City 31, San Francisco. Kansas City 31, Houston 24. And now the last game of the week. Minnesota Vikings visiting the Chicago Bears in Soldier Field. Mitch Trubisky starting his very first career game. Chicago Bears have had enough of Mike Glennon, I mean, rightfully so. And I mean, the Bears do have some great running backs. Jordan Howard and Tarek Cohen. Is that how you say it? I don't even know. I think I said Tarek, but I think it's pronounced Tarek. But anyway, I mean, the Bears have a decent shot in this game. I want to see what Mitch Trubisky does. I'm very excited to see that. Bears have a very underrated defense. I mean, kind of sucked last week against the Packers, but I mean, let's be real. Anyone can against the Packers. Packers have a great offense. But, oh my god, this just freaking sucks. But anyway, Minnesota has an absolutely dominant defense. I mean, they held Detroit in check last week, but just couldn't get their offense going. And even worse, what I hate to see, Dalvin Cook tearing his ACL. He was having a great rookie year. He was in rookie of the year candidacy along with Kareem Hunt and the other guy, Deshaun Watson. But now he's gone, so we're going to see more of Latavius Murray and Jerick McKinnon in the running game. Case Keenum is still starting for the Vikings. So, you know, this is going to be a tough one. I picked the Vikings to win, but now that I'm starting to think about it, I think the Bears might have a chance to win this game. However, I'm never going to pick the Bears. I don't trust them at all. So I think the Bears could win this game, but I'm not going to pick them to because I don't want to test my luck. Although Mitch Trubisky will be very interesting to see. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to pick the Chicago Bears to win in an upset at Soldier Field. Mitch Trubisky is going to... Here, let me just change my pick. Mitch Trubisky is going to have a good game. Maybe their defense will be able to hold the Vikings. They got no Dalvin Cook, so maybe they'll struggle a little bit more in the running game. Case Keenum might struggle a bit. So, yeah, we're going to go Chicago to win this game. Final score 24-21. I'm probably going to regret that very much. But anyway, guys, that's my upset pick of the week. What'd you guys think of my picks? Do you agree? Do you disagree? And just in case I don't do an NFL Week 4 review video, I just want you to know I went 11-5 in my picks last week. So, pretty good. A decent improvement. But, yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.